All right, and good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Forex Trading Lounge. I'm your host, Christopher Guzman. This is my co-host, Richard Hooper. Rich, good morning.
Morning, Matt.
How you doing?
All good. How are you?
I'm okay. You know what you got to do, right?
What?
It's a day that ends in wine, mate. What do you have to do on a day that ends in wine?
Oh, good.
Go on.
Happy Wednesday!
Hey! Happy Wednesday, everybody.
I hate you so much.
Part of my mission here, folks, is to make Rich a cheerier person, especially in the morning. So,
no, what it means by that is American.
You could do with being a little more American, mate. It's okay.
Maybe. I'm gonna start having chips and cheese on everything. I'm gonna have chips and cheese on my chicken and veg meal prep before the gym.
That's it. That sounds like a plan, mate. That sounds like a plan.
Do you know what I do like that they do in America? Pancakes and bacon. And pancakes and bacon, to be honest, it kind of stops there, doesn't it? They do that. They have those two things together. We don't do that here. It's weird, but it's amazing.
Yeah, that's a salty sweet, savory sweet thing. We're big on
you
the
like your
savory
food.
sweet thing.
Everyone, Chris is used to be a chef, and yeah, culinary connoisseur of the best kind.
That's subjective.
Quite passionate in the kitchen, mate.
Yeah. In another life, I was indeed a chef. I attended the Culinary Institute of America. That was a long time ago. Thanks, Rich.
So Chris and I, before trading and after trading, we share recipes together.
We actually don't, but that's a good idea. We should start. Yesterday was a pretty good day, everybody. For those of you who were with us yesterday, pound dollar worked out beautifully. Euro dollar, I'm still active, although on euro dollar, what's happening here is we've come to this secondary trend line. Can you see that, Rich? How we've made it out to that secondary trend line. I say it all the time. Yep. I preach this all the time, don't I? Anytime the market breaks one trend line, it tends to make its way to the next available one, and it's exactly what we see here. The problem with that, if we're looking at a continued sell here, the problem with that is, of course, that this secondary trend line is support, isn't it? And look at what it's done right at support. It's left behind a morning star. Okay. That's not a great sign for a continued sell.
No. Are you out of this trade?
No, I'm still in. And as a matter of fact, let me show you the actual trade. I'm up about 30 pips.
You've got the numbers on your side on that one, mate. I'm not.
Say again?
You've got the numbers on that one on your side. I can't even remember.
Yes.
Poor Scottish attempt to.
Euro, dollar. I'm looking to take down to 2011. The reason being, I've got a target there at 2001. That's the anticipated 144.
Yeah, I remember.
So, I'm still very much in this. 2040 is obviously a level that you and I have been tracking for some time now, Rich, isn't it? As previous support. The reason I say previous support is because we're now obviously below it. So previous support, when you're below support, that support becomes resistance, right? So we're now looking at this at resistance. Euro dollar has struggled to break back above. I mean, it did come back above, but you can see it came right back below. And even though it's attempting to break it again, it's struggling to do so. That doesn't mean that it won't or that it can't. It's just struggling to do so. I'm still in this. I haven't done any trade management on this or anything, so my stop is still exactly where it was. What I can do, if I don't want to get out of this, I've got really two options here, right? I can either kind of scale out and just kind of take half my position off, or alternatively, what I can do is I can use these highs right in here to move the stop loss, right? That justifies moving the stop loss, because I would go off 15 pips above this high right here, which is 2050. So 2065. I mean, it doesn't do much other than take away the risk off this trade, minus maybe a couple, maybe the spread. You know what I mean?
Okay. I'm listening, Matt. I'm just trying to come in with some new information to support.
Yeah. I mean, basically, it's, with this option, with going with this option, what I'm essentially doing is I'm giving the trade a chance to still do its thing in the event that it does still do its thing. And in the event that it doesn't, in the event that I'm wrong, or not necessarily that I'm wrong, that's the wrong way to look at it really, but in the event that that doesn't happen and it manages to break back above support and then rally, well, at least I've got no risk on the trade. And what this does is, by taking this risk off of this trade, however many lots I took out on this trade now becomes available, doesn't it? Because I've taken the exposure off the table. So that's really the best option in my mind. It eliminates the risk, but still gives this a chance to do its thing in case it does. Because the last thing you want to do, you start getting into a cycle where you get out of the trade, and then it ends up going your way and going all the way to your target and maybe even then some. But because you were, because you jumped the gun a little bit, you missed out. You don't want that. You want to try to avoid that. Similarly, though, likewise, if you're going to do this, what I've just done, you have to accept the outcome, regardless, right? You have to accept, if this comes up and stops me out, well, okay, a trade that I took yesterday, that I found yesterday, I'm still in it today, and it stops me out. So I didn't end up turning a profit on this particular trade, and it took up 2 days. You could either look at that as a waste of time, or you could look at that as just smart money management, right? And just look for another entry opportunity. You know what I mean? So that's the best option. I think that's what I'm going to do. What do you think, mate?
Okay, well, to add to this, right, Euro Aussie is in a healthy downtrend. I've got the auto trader to actually take in a short trend. Aussie dollar's in a healthy long, as you know, correlation negative. Euro dollar is kind of sort of trapped because it's at that support level. There's further support at 2012. I'll have my low for the day at 1.2. If it breaks those, I think it'll go right down to the 1975, 1960 level if it breaks those. But I do have a sell zone as well at the 2050. So if it does come back, I can't see it coming any further than the 2050, at least the top being 2064. Where was the entry, mate?
2067, and my stop is now at 2065. So okay. Yeah, I can see 2050. I can definitely see 2050. I mean, look at this. This is the real kicker. Look at this. This came. My target on this is 2011, like I said, right? 20. What's that? Half a pip. This never took me out. It came down to the target. It came down to the target within half a pip.
What time was that? Yesterday at
half past 5. Came down to that target. Just never took me out.
I feel like going outside and throwing a grenade in my car and watching it blow up with.
I feel like that would make a pretty good YouTube video.
How not to deal with not hitting your take profit. But no, yeah, that is nothing short of frustrating.
Yeah, for sure.
Unintended or not. Mate, I grenade in my car. Your stop is at a very good level. Okay, there's no risk here. The exposure's off the table, which means we can take another trade without violating any drawdown parameters. Mate, I would leave this.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's watch it, man. Let's watch it.
I agree. Well, let's see. Let's move on and see what's going on elsewhere in the meantime. But
we'll look at the Langle later.
if we look at the Langle on the dollar yen.
Yeah, let's look at that.
So dollar yen, I'm still active on this one as well. This is an active buy from yesterday. You can see I got in right over here at 105.02. So like we're literally right at break even. I'm literally up 0 pips right now. 0.
It's a weird one, this. It's a little bit of a weird one. It's kind of like it got cold feet.
Yeah,
it's like, oh did. No.
Here's the saving grace on this one though. It comes in the form of an advanced pattern. This one. The saving grace here is the fact that we've got. Well, actually, you tell me, Rich. What is this?
Is this what we got? We got a flagpole pennant.
Flagpole pennant, bingo. When the market's making lower highs and lower lows, but higher lows. I mean, no, sorry. I said that I went too quick. Hang on. Whenever we have the market making lower highs but higher lows, that's a flagpole pennant. Flagpole pennant is not really helpful because it's a 50-50 indicator. So like literally this could go either way. But typically we see this tend to kind of break in the direction it was headed before it formed the formation. You know what I mean? Which in this case was obviously up. So that is a little bit of a redeeming quality to what we're looking at here. There's not a lot that's really convincing me though to want to hold on to this. So what I'm going to do is turn to the higher time frame and just see if there's anything there. You know, basically, dollar yen has to convince me to stay, right? And I can tell you already it has. Straight away, I'm sold. Can you tell me why? Do you know why?
You sold on remaining in trade, and you're asking me why?
Yeah.
With your analysis that you've already worked out.
Yep.
That you're not telling anyone.
Yep.
And you're waiting for me to guess.
Yep.
And you've not shown it yet.
Oh, I'm sure I've shown it. You're looking right at it. Why am I sold on staying in this? Why do I still have confidence that this would rally?
We're still in there. Are we? Is it because of that little spinning top there?
I hadn't thought of that, but yeah, that's certainly a factor. That's a good spot actually. I didn't see that.
It's 2 actually.
Yeah. That one.
I thought you were trying to pull a little trick, thinking Willie spot the hidden spinning top.
Well,
it's going to be something really obvious, like, oh, it's not come below 94 yet.
I don't know why you have to overcomplicate things, mate. Okay, so a couple of things. So you're absolutely right. First of all, with the spinning tops, that's actually a really good spot. I missed that. I missed that. So that's really good. Yes, we have a spinning top boundary here, and as I showed you yesterday, we saw this play out on the dollar yen, where we saw a spinning top occur. Basically, a spinning top is just an indication that consolidation is going to happen, and at a minimum, it establishes a boundary, right? Now, the boundary, the reason we care, the reason that's important, is because that establishes support and resistance. So the top of the range is obviously resistance, the bottom of the range is support. You can see since the formation of this spinning top here, right? Look at how the market has interacted with these levels. Even when it's broken out to the north, it's come right back, and look at the price rejection right at the bottom of the range, right? Very, very, very clearly support. And this here, very, very, very clearly resistance. I mean, it's beautiful, right? A spinning top usually occurs, it just gives the market sort of a momentary reprieve. I suppose all consolidation really is that. It's just a momentary reprieve before the market resumes direction. And then obviously you want to go with the breakout. In addition to that, the other thing we have here is 104.94. It hasn't broken below 104.94, and it is as simple as that. Yes, it hasn't stayed below 104.94. It's tested several times, but that is obviously a very solid level, right? The other thing here is we have a couple of candlestick formations, and right now what we're seeing is just a test of this previous candlestick formation, right? At least for now, that's what it is. That can change, and obviously we have to wait for the close of the candle to determine that, so we won't really know whether this was the test or not till pretty much the end of the show. But this, from the look of it here, because we haven't taken out this candle, this is just a test. So I still have confidence in this. There's no reason for me to panic or do anything rash here. Plus, we have that flagpole pennant. I'm groovy, man. I'm happy with this. What I can do though is I can come in and take off some of the risk that's on the table. Right? It doesn't mean I'm going to eliminate the risk, but I can reduce what's out there. Because at this point, right, as the market moves, it sets new levels. And so as it sets those new levels, if it breaks those new levels, those are sort of the new thresholds, as it were, and so right here, the most recent low, I wouldn't go with this one. It's too tight. It's not going to give enough for wiggle room there. Because you can't be afraid of risk either. You have to give the market some room to breathe, But I would go with the next available low, which is just here. And you can see it's right at the bottom of the pennant as well. So basically, what I'm essentially saying here is if this market breaks out of this pennant this way and takes out this low, this trade's not going to work out anyway. It's not likely that the trade's going to work out anyway, right? So why not just, in that situation, I'm basically prepping to
take yourself out of the trade.
Yeah, exactly, to reduce the amount of risk that I actually have there. You know what I mean?
Which is the equivalent to you're using a stop loss for what it's actually designed for, really. So a lot of people, they go, my stop loss is my stop loss. It's just a bit of a space between from where I get in and if it goes against me. Whereas what you're describing here is an accurate use of a stop loss. It's the ability of leveraging technology to take you out of a trade so you don't have to. And there's two things there. Like, one, if you're like, let's say you didn't have a stop loss and the market dropped to, in this case, 104.94, and we go, you're just looking at it, and human emotion and psychological start to kick in, and you don't close the trade. Or you're away from the computer or your phone or whatever, So I like it, Chris. 94, mate. 94 for me is that's my 100 fib. To be honest, I think it's gonna faff around in this space for a bit. What you got there? You got 185.
I think between 95 and say 505, so 105.05 and 104.95. It's gonna just kind of hang out in there for a little while, I think. If it breaks, like I say, that's the point of doing that anyway, right? If it breaks, then this trade is probably in trouble, and that's the reason why I would do what I've just done, which is to mitigate the risk. I mean, in this case, it ended up only being a couple of pips, but hey, every bit helps, 104.82. Cool. So that's that one. Dollar CAD. Dollar CAD's been a weird one too. Dollar CAD usually is a friggin' weird one though, to be fair. See now, dollar CAD. I'm not in a dollar CAD. But it's a very it's not behaving itself at the moment. It's really not behaving. There's quite a huge AB boundary on this 2-hour dollar CAD. We got an unfulfilled 38.2 up at 38, all the way up at 38.52. So I mean, I'm bearish on this down to 22.43. Right? That's the ultimate target there. But at the moment, we're sitting at this support level here, and it's proving to be a very good support level. It's proving to be a very strong, solid support level. Can you see it? Just here. You see that, mate?
Yeah, I got it. Is this 2 hours? Okay, so you got a decent sort of swap zone around here then. Looking at the previous highs and lows and wicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. Definitely. 27.68 thereabouts. The stochastic RSI is completely oversold. Let's see what the actual value is. Yeah, 23, 24. So we're definitely in the buy zone there. And U-turning, which is what you want to see. The MACD, we're in the buy zone. It's
something happening.
This is starting to the bears are starting to lose momentum, and you can see that. So, you know, I'm still seeing dollar strength, and I think it is going to permeate through to dollar CAD as well. And actually, take a look on this 15-minute. Oh, we're about to get a buy signal, mate. Dollar CAD. We are. Oh yeah, we're about to get a buy signal. What's this? We're breaking back into the buy zone. Can you see that? The MACD is in the buy zone. There, the bear's losing momentum again. You can see the red is fading, right? You're about to see the cross happen as well. Wait, this is about to buy. I'm gonna look for a buy here.
Yeah, do your thing, man. I'm not a dollar CAD kind of guy, but I know how much you like Canadians, mate.
It's the maple syrup, man. It's the maple syrup.
Is that Canadian? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you can get maple syrup in a lot of places, but Canada certainly has the best, I would say.
Oh.
Don't tell my New Yorker friends or my Vermont friends that.
Hopefully, no one's tuning in.
Oh, they know. They know. So, basically, I've got a little morning star right there, and I'm looking at that for an entry, 27.09. It's right at those highs, which I'm not crazy about, but I do think we've got some room up to, say, 35, around about 28.35 there. So if I can find an opportunity within that realm, or you know, plus or minus 10 pips, say, then I'm happy with that. Let's have a look. 27.89 and 27.56. That means 33 in risk, so 49 in reward at a minimum. So I'm looking at 28. What did I say, mate? What did I say? 28.38. Plus or minus 10 pips, didn't I?
That'd be lovely, mate.
Lovely jubbly. Yeah, so this is basically, this is looking like another run back up to resistance is what this is looking like.
Yeah, I've got no reason to dispute that just now. Obviously, I can see around the 282. There's a bit of turbulence about 282, but
yeah, I'm not overly concerned about that though. I think this is going to be a-okay. So
stick.
Should we set it up?
Stick 10% on that. What are you waiting for?
This is why I'm the head trader, folks.
Yeah. Oh god. What we got here? Did you hear that, by the way?
I did. Right.
Really
so,
loud.
let me set this up.
it really loud or?
Nah, it's fine. Right.
We got some news for the pound in half an hour, but it's nothing to be concerned about.
33. I seldom do concern myself with it. 28. So 28.38. Yeah, that's right. Okay, cool. Right, I'm gonna set this up. This is dollar CAD, and I'm looking for a buy on dollar CAD. So I've got a potential stop at 1.2756, potential take profit. I'm looking at 28.38, line up, and I'm getting in this. This is it's a couple of strategies really. Strategy one, certainly it's candlestick formation. Nothing to do with strategy 2, nothing to do with strategy 3, nothing really to do with strategy 4, although I'm going to argue with myself here because you could make the argument that's a counter trend line break right there, and then there's the test, and now we're going to rally. So technically, yeah, I'm actually going to call it strategy 4 as well, and then strategy 6 certainly. Strategy 6 was actually giving me the signal. And I'm looking to get in at 27.89. See what happens.
Let's see what happens.
There we go. Oh yeah, cool. Look at Aussie dollar. So there's my Aussie dollar trade. So I'm also still in Aussie dollar from yesterday. Got in here. Let this come all the way down here. Look at this. And it came all the way back. I have no doubt in my mind, though, the only thing that would really kind of throw a monkey wrench in the works here is support at the bottom of that channel. That's really the only thing kind of standing in the way. If we break that, I think this is, because picture it like a slingshot, right? It's kind of like pulling back, and then the more it pulls back, the more force.
Well, the 76.28 has done its job.
Yeah, certainly. Certainly.
The low for the day now for me is 7586, Matt.
7586. Yeah, that's right at the bottom of the channel. That wouldn't surprise me. I'm happy with this though. I don't see anything. I mean, again, what I can do is maybe mitigate some of the risk here. I can go off of this high that's just been established. So the high is 76.26. 15 pips above that's going to put me at 41. Right? So I'm basically taking 10 pips off. 11 pips off. I wouldn't do more than that though at this stage, because again, you know, you want to give the market room to breathe. You know what I mean? But at least I'm mitigating the risk as we go. So 764. Let me update this. 76.
I reckon that'll go, Matt.
Oh, I think so.
If it can beat that 7565, right? I think it risks sell off down to the 7515.
Yeah, I agree. We also have that little crown there that I had identified a little while ago. So, you know, it's still doing its thing. This is totally normal what we're seeing. And as a matter of fact, if anything, it's developed a channel inside of the channel, right? It's developed a little channel inside of a smaller channel inside of the larger channel. Yeah. See that?
Yeah, what I have here, right, is I've got like a bit of an uptrend. I've got like a mini uptrend within this wider downtrend, but only within my hour chart. You got that, yeah?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what you're looking at is probably this here, isn't it? You're looking at this movement here.
Which is from the bottom of that channel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it'll go again though.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. I've got confidence in this. I think it's got some good momentum behind it. Mate, we're actually, market's starting to move quite nicely. Look at that. There's my Kiwi dollar. So I've been taking in, this is a new trade I've just been taking in. And this is the trade right here. So my entry price was 72.08. I've got my stop at 72, or sorry, I've got my take profit at 71.62 and I've got my stop at 72.39. There we go. So that's that trade. Happy days, man. Ooh, pound dollar's looking quite nice too. So pound dollar, if you just stick into the 15-minute time frame, there's not much not much to really be had here on the 15. But if we take this up to the 2 hour, right? Let's go to the 2 hour. We broke the first trend line. You know what I'm gonna say? You know I have to say it.
Go on, you might as
I
well.
have to say it. What do I have to say, Rich? What happens when we break one trend line?
It travels to the next one.
Hey! Yep, absolutely. So I am now short-term bearish on this. If it manages to break through support again, oh boy, am I bearish on this. Sell, baby, sell, if that's the case. Because if it breaks through that floor of support, that literally is like the floor of support. It's the only thing sort of propping this market up at the moment, right? If it breaks through it, forget it. I think it's going. I'm actually quite happy with this. This looks quite nice, pound dollar. We came right back to resistance. Yeah, there's that downtrend line right there. Came right back to resistance. The only thing I'm not crazy about is obviously that support level there. So in a perfect world, I would wait for the break of that and then a test if I'm gonna go, if I'm gonna target all the way to that, back to that 382, then that's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? But let me see if there's a shorter term opportunity here. If I just go 1.5 to 1, I don't need to wait for all that.
Do you know what? I think I'm gonna there's some decent support at this 340 level, right? 640, sorry, pound dollar. And it's got this is working quite quickly. There's going to be a lot of elasticity here. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a pullback from 640, man.
Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Right, so the mid.
Oh my god, there we go.
That's an evening star. That's what this is reacting off of. This is an evening star right here. So, let's see what that looks like right now. I'm going to trade the evening star. I'm going to go, well, I was going to set this up, see what trading the evening star looks like. So 48 would be the entry, not an ideal entry, but not the worst thing in the world either. I wouldn't not take it. 37.87, what is that? 92? 36.92. 36.92, 36.48, that's 44 in risk, 66 in reward is what I need to go for at a minimum, so 35.82, 35.82.
Dolly and wants it. It's got clear roads, mate.
35.82, right, so 35.82. If I go on the 2 hour, 35.82, what does that look like? Oh, I like it.
Hurry, mama's looking worried.
3610, mate. Is
Papa's out getting a tree while my sister and me.
it's not a big support, but it's like the low for the day.
Yeah.
3610's low for the day. Where's this taking you to?
30. Hold on. 35.82. So what I'll do here is I don't want to get in at market. What I'll do is I'll probably place a limit order at 36.48 if I can. I'm going to wait for the close of this candle anyway. Let's see what happens at the close of this candle. Because we're also, don't forget, we're also taking out not one, not two, but three lows that clustered in the same area as these two lows clustered. So 5 lows in total. Over
You're gonna set a limit order?
Yeah. So
what, to sell it?
To sell it, yeah. To sell it.
I reckon 57 would be the best price in the context of this.
That's exactly, yeah. So the entry based on the signal is 48, but I don't agree with 48. I would wait. I would put it higher.
Where's 57 on there, man?
Just there's that white line.
58, okay.
I do like this though. I do like this. I do see it going, and I believe euro dollar has now. Yep. There we go. Euro dollar hit my target. I'm out. That was cute.
Decent. Good, mate.
Just hit it.
Good. The auto trader wants Euro Aussie, man. Shorted it again. It's in a 1 minute short trend. It's in a 5 minute short trend.
What, on euro dollar?
Euro Aussie.
Euro Aussie, yeah. Now in on dollar CAD as well, officially. Yeah, man, this looks good. Pound dollar, yeah. If anything, again, I'm gonna want to go like 58 rather than 48.
It is a no news healthy day today, really. To be fair, it's a healthy day, man. Some good trading today. Look at that, it came off the 40, 640. 41. Look at that. Pound dollar come up 10.
Don't know why we're listening to Christmas music, but I'm just
Mate, get that off.
this Christmas song on February.
Mate, that fit. I reckon line up for a sell at the 57 because that'll come back in for the hour level on mine
Yeah.
side. And if you're gonna do it, see that pullback there. I literally said, didn't I? It's gonna bounce off the 40. Look at it. There's 10. It actually bounced off 41. I missed it by 1 pip. If that pulls back enough, hopefully it does, up to this 57, I think that's a strong trade.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm gonna go sell limit 36.58 with a stop at 36.92 and the take profit. I'm gonna leave the take profit at 35.82.
I reckon 57, mate. I know it's only a pip, but
You reckon 57?
yeah. Only because the 5 minute L7's lined up with the 57 now, which is stronger. The 15 minutes coming into the 57 level. And the 1 minute is now surpassed 57, which basically suggests that it wants to go short. It's now leading short.
I'll bite.
So for the sake of potentially missing the entry by a pip when it's already a higher price, I'd say 57, mate.
Agreed. No, definitely.
That's bounced off the 41 for 10 now. It's crazy, this system, and it's just insane. It blows my mind.
This is going to shape up to be a good trading day, that's for sure. The markets are quite lovely today.
I'm actually Euro Aussie buying at 5770.
Euro
I'm
Aussie
setting
buying.
it up. I'm setting it up. 7. 5, 7.
Tell you what, man, I'm gonna set a second order in here for a stop at 48, because in case it doesn't come back, I don't want to not take the trade. That's just stupid. You know what I mean?
Sorry, say that again.
I said I'm gonna set up a second order in here. A stop at 48 in case it doesn't pull back to 57, because why would I miss out on the 48 is the actual entry that the strategy calls for anyway. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
So
Well, 48 now,
why would I
mate.
miss out? But I've set a limit there.
What's your price feed? I'm at 48 now.
I'm at 49. Shit, oh no, it did.
That's just going to take you in anyway. Have you put in half risk? You might end up with 2 entries.
I hadn't thought of that. That's true, I might end up with
Come on, Christopher. Mate, quickly reduce that risk by half and leave the limit. Have your higher limit on full and have the stop on half. Because it is a difference of 10 pips. And you missed your take profit yesterday by half a pip. It's the difference between winning and losing.
Came back today though and hit the target. Now I'm gonna leave it, mate. I'm gonna leave it because if it takes me in at 48, that's the original entry price anyway. This is a sell signal through and through and through and through.
It's gonna come back.
That can kind of throw a monkey wrench in the works is that support level of that range.
I'm gonna sell it at 57 and you're gonna be raging.
I've got two orders in here, 36.57 and 36.40. If 36.57 takes me in first, I'll cancel 48.
Good thinking, man. I've actually just set.
It's gonna take me in at 48, and you're gonna rage.
Yeah. Oh, I missed another trade. Just call me the trade misser.
The 10-minute 8-pip trade miss.
You know, I know you take the nick out of my strategy. However, I was looking at an exchange traded fund the other day, and its take profit and stop loss is 4. 4, mate. And do you know what it did in the year? Profit?
Go on.
Percentage wise? Last year?
Go on.
Like 30 odd %, mate.
Going for 4 pips at a time.
4 pips at a time. Crazy. Institutional trading, mate. They got the tech.
Is this the strategy you're on about?
No, that's my other one. That's the 5 for 7.5. That
I don't think this represents any one of your strategy in particular. I think this represents your style, man. This is your trading style.
that's my philosophy, man.
If you're not out in 2.5 pips, don't take it.
Mate, you gotta remember the spread as well. When you're trading with 100k, it's a big deal.
There we go. I've just been taken in at 48. Go ahead and rage.
I'm not raging, man. I don't get angry in trading. And if I do, I take it out of my car.
Is that Susie? Oh no, Susie.
Susie Q, mate. Susie Q.
Susie Q.
Insurance rings up. So why is one of the doors hanging off? You know.
Pound dollar. Never made it up to 57.
Yeah.
Why else? Why else would my door be off? So is looking good. I like this. This is looking good. So I'm now in on pound dollar. So I'm going to take off that 57 one.
Know that euro dollar's made a new low for me. So that's you out the trade, isn't it?
Yeah. That's profit target hit.
I mean, I sold that last night at 48, but it's lining up for me now to jump in at 2035 for a sell again.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Because I'm technically bearish on this to 2001. That's my target. That's the 144 target.
And I have 2003 as the low for the day, mate.
There you go.
So that for me, I know I've got 35 pips in there. So that for me, that's a trade. That is a trade for me, mate. Just need to jump in on the 15 though, just to check. Okay, so we've actually had a bullish open on this next candle. It's broke this 2028 line of support. That's broke. See, it bounced off that. Oh, you've moved on.
Hang on.
It bounced off the 2028.
You still on euro dollar?
Yeah, cause I'm weighing this trade up now.
Yeah.
So it bounced off the 2028. It went long for 13. I didn't actually take that. I could have. I didn't bother with the bounce trade there. So that's broken now. So I'll remove that support. It's now come down to the 212. It actually. I mean, that's a spike really. You need to finish below. So I'm just gonna keep that hanging in there. But 2035 for a sell if it comes back on the pullback, and then continue short.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
15 for 15, mate.
Nothing wrong with that at all. I'm happy with that. Let me see here. I can definitely see that.
Interesting day. Dollar, man. Dollar needs to kick up the arse. Needs to kick up the bum, man.
Dollar.
Dollar yen.
Dollar yen looks great, man. I'm happy with dollar yen. No worries with dollar yen.
Yeah, I suppose as long as it doesn't drop below, because my 1 hour's on the 105.04 now, and it's still in a healthy long trend. It's just needs to break above that 17. I've actually got quite a strong level of resistance at 105.14, mate, for dollar yen.
I can see that. I mean, my resistance level, my next resistance level on this is 17. So we've got a 3-pip discrepancy.
What did you just have on Euro Aussie? Yeah, what do you think the Euro Aussie? What's your 2 hour and 15 minute Anne? Alpha November, mate.
Alright, so Euro Aussie. Tell you what, you want to do a fresh analysis on this? Let's do a fresh one. Wipe it, 'cause I don't know when the last time I even looked at this. Okay, so very first thing, obviously, I'm looking to identify the trend. Clearly an uptrend, right, Rich?
Yeah. You're going from the top of the market.
Top of the market.
Top of the market to you.
Top of the market to you.
Can we request that any Irish watching the show at any point just send in some video to the KST email with the top of the market. I would attempt an Irish accent, but I don't want to bring shame on the country.
Please don't.
5 minutes before a bit of news, a bit of pound news. Might give it a little bit of a nudge somewhere, I don't know.
Good. What's the news we're waiting on?
It is the financial services PMI. It's nothing.
There's not really going to be anything surprising. Is there? World economy
No.
surprise.
No, it's I'll see in 6 minutes what the actual forecast is worth. These little things, you know, it might move it about 10-15 pips or something silly. But that's big for me, man. I need little nudges in the market like that.
Right on that.
I thrive on little nudges like that. Hey, I can't believe this pound dollar, man. 41, look at that, bam. It's gone for 13.8 pips now.
Is that 56? You want to jump in at 57?
Now the pound dollar, I had a buy set up at 41, right?
Yeah.
To come up for 10. And look at it. It's now at 14. But I didn't take it. Oh, it's nearly at 57. Go on then.
Yeah, it's gonna touch 57 any second now, or it should anyway.
Go on then, geezer.
Right, so Euro Aussie on the 2 hour, we're looking at a downtrend AB boundary, that's for sure. We've got a maximum 23.6, so another way of looking at that is obviously an unfulfilled 38.2 to the upside. So that just says there is plenty of room to the upside here. I'm also considering a move to the upside. I'll show you why in a moment. As a matter of fact, you'll be able to just see it really. So you know, we had this formation of this AB boundary here. Then the market continued to sell off and then entered into this consolidation range, like you see. Then we broke out to the south of the consolidation range, but we've actually just broken this downtrend line right here, just recently broken this downtrend line right here, which is the first indication that, you know, there's potential for trend direction to change here. It's only a potential though. We're still technically in a downtrend, right? So bearing that in mind, I'm now going to come in with the sub fibs. So those are the capitals, and I'm coming in with the subs. It's going to be
yeah.
Oops.
Impulse.
Yep. Impulse, retracement, continuation.
You don't bother with the retracement though, do you? You always skip it. Well, I know it's not really a thing to measure, but
no. So there is a.
I think it's worth sticking a line on.
Yeah.
For people watching, do you think it's worth sticking a little?
We can do when we get to the more.
Yeah, let's get to the root of the problem, mate.
We'll be here all day, mate. If I try to stick lines every single time.
Let's figure out who killed the colonel in the library first.
That's a 61.8, and then pops comes up from 86. Okay, so this is a good time to show this, right? So this now is an 86% pullback when the market reaches this stage. You can see there's the blue retracement level there. So when that happens, I then start to anticipate a move down to the 118.
Let me guess, what, 5878?
Good guess, 5878, yeah. 5878. So that's going to be my target here.
How come you use that turquoise colour, man?
Oh. Good spot. Because I needed to go one colour over.
Don't change. Don't change.
Rich is not big on change, folks. Creature habit.
I love change. Trading doesn't like change. Trading is the absolute embodiment of chaos and order.
Yeah, for sure.
It's insane.
Yeah, for sure. Here we have, so like I said, I was waiting for the market to come down to 5878. That's the 118 target. And basically what I'm looking for there is for the market to give me an official low, because we're in a downtrend. If we were in an uptrend, I'd be looking for an official high, right? But I'm looking for an official low to form, a low being defined as a candle where the center wick has 2 candles to the left and 2 candles to the right that have higher wicks than that little candle, right? So really it's a 5 candle formation, not one candle, it's 5 candles to make up an official low or high. And so right at that level, 5878, I'm expecting this to occur at this level or better. And sure enough, we got it slightly better around, what is it?
Can you stick a box around that,
28.
mate?
We actually got 50 pips better. What do you say?
Stick a box around it. 5878. I think the viewers would appreciate the.
Oh yeah. So you want to see where that.
The 5 candle formation, mate.
Oh yeah. Okay. Just the 5 candle formation is right here.
I think there's a lot of people that wouldn't really pay much attention to that or know it's a thing. This is the Langle, man.
This is our proprietary Langle.
It is. Oh, go on, 57. Go on, then. Go on, you little chicken. He wants it. He wants it.
Did you just call it a little chicken?
Come on. It wants it.
You having issues over there, mate?
I want euro dollar. There we go. Bosh, get in.
Oh, I heard that.
We got euro dollar wants 2035 as well. Come on, euro dollar. I know you want it, you little farmyard animal. To be honest, I don't quite like where my stop loss is, but it's the strategy.
Do you know what? I've just realized we've not been streaming to Twitch all morning. Oops. Sorry, Twitch.
That's not cool.
We're going live now on Twitch.
So that's actually a pullback now to the EMA.
Where are you looking? What are you on?
On both, on pound dollar now.
Did that news come out? Probably.
Yeah.
We're getting the
Yeah.
pullback now.
It came out and it delivered a 39.41 actual, which is a sort of 1 point something above the projected.
Yeah.
Hence why we got a little bit of a
wow.
buy.
It's good, yeah.
What? I told you, man. We get a little bit of a 10 pip, 15 pip. Do you know what, right?
Yeah, it's good.
could've bought-
It's good. However, it's only relatively good, mate. Still not great. We're still below 50. Still
Good for
indicates
me, man.
contraction. It's not expanding industries here.
It gave me a decent buy, so
That's all you care about, right? As long as you got yourself.
I just love how accurate the system is. It's a wonder.
Now, I'm upside down on Aussie dollar, as you can see here. So what I do here is I take the high 76.26 and the low 76.01. So that's 25 pips. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice that right in half. Right, so literally 12.5 pips. I'm going to take that high again, and that is 76.26. So I'm literally just going to go 26 to take away 12. It's going to put me at 76.14. And so this level here, right, that's the 50% mark of this move, right?
Yeah.
So as long as the market comes back below this and closes below, you can see the original candle here, you know, we did break above, but it didn't close, right? He's got price rejection there. We're now testing it again, and this time we're breaking above it again, but we are getting some price rejection here. in order for me to maintain confidence in this trade, this would have to come back below this level and close. Otherwise, I'll start to lose confidence. Part of the reason for that is because we're down at the bottom. Because don't forget, we have this channel, this smaller channel here, but as I pointed out earlier, this smaller channel is in the context of this larger channel here. And that large channel, we're bouncing off support. You see that? So if anything, if this trade fails, it's because the market is heading back to resistance in the larger channel. You know? So that's Aussie dollar. Kiwi dollar. I think it's just a pullback though, mate. I really do think it's just a pullback.
Yeah, because the Aussie dollar still, I mean, it's just a meh. That's what I would describe that as. Technically, you'd say it's trapped in a range, right?
Yeah, the technical term is trapped in a range. Rich's term is meh.
It's a meh trade. I like to bring things back to the sort of layman, you know.
That's it.
You got to remember, mate, that there's going to be people watching that don't understand this technical jargon. Though meh is a bit too simple. It means nothing.
Yeah, I feel like you've gone the complete other way with that one.
Maybe I should just start dressing like a girl and watching TikTok.
What the hell? How did we get here? That's what I'd like to know.
Any man that takes himself serious hates TikTok. Come on, man. But won't tell anyone that secretly allows himself to get lost in a scroll feed for 4 minutes whilst he nips the toilet, though.
It's oddly specific.
Yeah, I'll be back in a minute.
Pound Aussie rather. I'm so used to saying pound dollar. Pound Aussie. There's a nice little trend there. Nice little uptrend.
Sorry, where did we get to with Euro Aussie? Where did we get to? We didn't. Let's go back.
I think we forgot.
No, we've not forgotten. We just temporarily postponed it. Till a later date.
Well, I'll have to look at this angle first, then I'll go look at that angle.
Okay.
So, pound Aussie, I'm going to do a top down on this again.
Right, I do actually need to come back in 2 minutes.
Leave your phone. So I'm going to go ahead and do a top down, folks. So basically what I'm doing here, first step is obviously, you want to compress the chart as much as you can to get a sense of the most recent relevant trend, right? I can't stress that enough. The most recent relevant trend. In other words, I don't want to be scrolling back to the beginning of time and looking, try to find out what happened at the beginning of this pair's trading history. It's irrelevant, right? It's irrelevant. I'm only interested in identifying the most recent trend on the time frame that I'm currently viewing, right? And so in this case, obviously that's the uptrend right here. That's this uptrend. So I go in with my first trend line. The goal with trend lines is to connect all of the major lows that come before the highest high in the trend in an uptrend. In a downtrend, the opposite is true, right? So in a downtrend, we're looking to connect all of the highs that come before that lowest low in a downtrend, okay? And so in this case, this is the highest high of the trend right here. And so I can see I still have some lows, some major lows that come before that highest high that are not yet connected, that are not connected by this one singular trend line here, right? So I need to come in with some additional trend lines. And so from the low right here, I'm going to go ahead and start putting my additional trend lines in. So there's one. So I can see I've got two trend lines, two up trend lines that are not yet broken, and I'm coming in with a third. So straight away, mate, without going any further, I can tell you I'm going to be short-term bearish on this. I mean, very short-term bearish for one reason. We broke the inner trend line. Chances are it's going to move to the next trend line.
It's not quite broken though, is it?
It is. Of course it is. See?
Oh.
We broke it here. This, what you see here, is the test of that break. It's now coming down. Where the current candle is still technically above, but there's a very good chance that this comes down and actually breaks again and closes below again. In which case, that's a break, mate. I would actually trade that. That's a trade right there. It is. It's a
So for the viewers then, Chris is very specific on his numbers.
What did I say? Look. I'm going home. See ya.
Pound Aussie, eh?
Told you.
I don't really trade that, man.
I'm gonna look at. I might scalp this.
But this is what I love about you know, the course, the fundamental analysis, and the foundational analysis rather. It can be applied to any market. I know you do skim through the minors a lot. I tend to just stick to my palette of 6, but that's one of the things that I love about it, is the strategies can be applied to literally anything. Maybe in a few years we'll start using them on the old cryptos. It's another conversation though, mate.
Crypto I feel needs to develop a bit more history first though. You can't really put fibs are kind of reliant on history. You know what I mean? And without sufficient history, you're not going to get sufficient fibs. So let all these guys keep knocking each other out first, and then we'll get.
I know. Yeah. Absolutely.
38.2. We didn't quite make that 38.2, so that's going to be 2.618. So basically, right, I've started to put my Fibonacci retracement tool on. Basically what I'm doing is just measuring these waves. Based on where this is retraced, right here to the 75.48, that's not quite, it's 2 pips shy of a 38.2%, which means my target on this is going to be, until the market tells me otherwise, my target is going to be 78949. And I'm just going to live at 78949 until we get there, right?
So for anyone watching, and I'm not a financial advisor or an investment advisor,
nor am I,
but stick 10% on that.
I really should have seen where you were going with that by now.
It'll never get old.
I'm disappointed I missed that.
I've got this crazy association with the word 10. 10 pips, 10%, 10 minutes. 10x, man. 10x your account with KST. Who the hell is Grant Cardone when you got KST, man?
I'm sending this to Kieran. He needs to include this in the marketing materials for your strategies, mate. This is for your style. Trading with Rich.
And did you know you could do it from home or anywhere in the world from a laptop? Just to take further mics out of the old Forex perception, you know. It only works if you've got a Lamborghini behind you though, mate.
Yeah.
With the number plate with 10x written on it.
I'm not letting you borrow my Lamborghini, mate. It's not happening.
Well, that big circle thing. The one with all the curves. I thought that was the golf caddy, man.
You leave my car alone.
Mate, look at the wick on that $1. In fact, don't look yet.
No.
Yeah,
I don't want to look just yet.
Don't look yet.
Is it good news or bad news? I don't want to look.
It's positive, mate. It's positive.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Okay.
$, let me down. Letting me down a bit.
Right. So in here, right.
Let's talk business.
We're getting ready to wrap this pound Aussie up, man. This is done.
Yeah, let's
So,
do a trade.
Capital AB boundary, we've got an unfulfilled 38.2% to the downside, right? 7778, lucky sevens, 7778. Last digit 3, so this is obviously our unfulfilled 38.2. That tells me there's plenty of opportunity to the downside, provided the market breaks back below the B high. It has to break below that 0 for that B high, right? That's key. Right, so it's the unfulfilled 38.2%. And look at this, mate. The B high is 7919. We're right on it. Right on it. If it breaks below, I'm going bearish on this all the way to the 38. Likely bearish to the 32. Last digit 6 to be exact. Yeah, I quite like that, mate. It's a sell signal. It's definitely given a sell signal as well. Although not an ideal one as far as the 15 is concerned. So I'm going to turn up to the 2 hour. Let's see what that looks like on the 2 hour. Let's see if that's giving me anything. Okay, so very interesting actually. Very interesting on the 2 hour. Look at that. Very interesting. Tells me there's probably going to be a pullback here to test this, because this in here, this whole cluster in here, right, that's an evening start. Right? So what this is saying is that there's still plenty of opportunity to the downside. In fact, I think we'll probably even see this take a move to the downside, but there is room for this to come back to test as well. Right? If I were to set this up, I'm going to scalp this. The strategy here would be to scalp this evening star to the tune of 1 to 1.5, right? At a minimum. So I'm going to go 15 pips above the high. That's, what is that, 62? 62. 62. There we go. So 7962 for the high, for the stop, potential stop. 7919 for potential, for the entry. Wasn't it 7919? I said it, but wanted to see it break below.
7919, yep.
Yep, there you go. 7962, 7919, 43 in risk.
That's a bit, isn't it?
7854.
Man, nah, forget this, man. Just scrap that and have a look at pounds. No, on a serious note, I would advise against that trade, mate.
Look at that. No, I agree wholeheartedly. It's over ambitious. It's not.
Yeah.
That target is it's not.
I think we should cover why though. We've just assimilated that quickly, but let's explain why. Sorry.
Yeah. So folks, the reason why I'm not really entertaining this trade is because, it's not that I'm not.
You're not inviting that in the house, mate.
No, you know what? It's not that I'm not. I actually.
If that was a girl, if that was your daughter who just brought her boyfriend home, right?
Wouldn't happen. She's not.
I mean, come on, man. Would you let that guy in the house?
What?
Would you let that guy in? In fact, I'd probably let him in, and I'd say, yeah, have a seat. Let's see what you got. I'd give him.
I wouldn't let him in the neighborhood. Never mind the house.
I forgot, in America you have neighborhood. You have cul-de-sacs, mate.
Not
you have cul-de-sacs.
Not estates, neighborhood.
Hey, come on, pound dollar, you little.
I like this. I actually like this. I think pound Aussie is going to be fine.
You only said that because what, pound? To be fair, I'm looking at the Euro Aussie. Euro's dropping. Aussie's getting a little bit of strength. Yeah, the Aussie dollar is rising. Aussie dollar's got a bit of strength, mate. So pound is dropping, pound yen's dropping, dollar's got strength. If you got in that based on the correlation, then that's further confluence I would support, I think.
Yeah.
So if you're at your, is that you at market?
It's gonna be, yeah. It's about to be 79.
I think the only thing for you is you'd have to entertain that 7890 level. So in 30 pips time, if I was you, I'd be moving my stop to break even, part position out, mate.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Let's
agree
do
with
that. Let's do that, man. Let's do that.
that.
Shall we do that? I just need 4 pips.
It's got a nasty spread at the moment. Ooh. Gross.
Where is it?
Yeah, like 4 or 5 pips, mate. 6 pips. Screw that.
7918,
I'm gonna wait. You know what?
It says 0.7,
I'm waiting
mate.
for the close. Yeah, I'm waiting for the close of the candle now. There's no way I'm gonna get in at market now. I need to wait for the close of the candle at a minimum.
Would it say 0.7, mate?
Well, what's happening is we're breaking 19, which is exactly what I said I wanted to see us break. So.
Oh, is this because you're on your MT4 on the other screen? Have you got a different spread you're being offered?
Yeah. 14.
Oh, go on.
Entry, man. That's tempting. That's tasty. It's tasty and tempting.
What's the spread, mate?
It's down to 3 now.
Just take it.
Yeah, mate.
You want to get 30 pips out of this anyway. And we've already planned, you know, move stop loss, break even, pot position out. You'll get those 3 pips back. Aussie dollar, mate.
I'm gonna wait because if anything, this is bound to give me a pullback to test this because we're breaking a key level here. So, and we're coming up for the close of a 2-hour candle here. The fact is, mate, if there's going to be room for this to go, then there's going to be room for it to go. You know what I mean? And there's no point in me jumping the gun, as it were.
Sorry, mate. Real world problems, man. Got the guy coming to collect the car for the service.
Oh, yeah.
MOT, yeah.
Nice. Damn it, man. I like this one. I really liked it. Damn it. 19 would have been a great entry.
So what's your price? Is it 7912? It's interesting now. Trading View puts the little sort of ticket on the side underneath something else that you've got set up in the way, like, and then it kind of distorts where it is against the line.
That's why it's all color coded, though.
Yeah. So what you thinking, then, mate? You could still put a limit order on.
Yeah.
If you want that price.
I'm gonna have to wait for the close of the candle at this point. I missed it. I hesitated. I did think the target is slightly ambitious, but realistically, if you look, what do you see here, mate? Watch. What do you see? You've got really 2 things, right? There's one, and this level down here, this is untested, so it's not really. That's why I went to this instead of this, because this we have our minimum 3 criteria met. This is only 2. So if this does come down to the target, we're looking at a second, or rather a third stab at this level, which confirms the range. You know what I mean?
What's your stop loss, mate? 50?
62.
52?
62. Son of a gun, man. Should have taken that. That's all right. If anything, so the plan of action at this point is I need to wait for the close of the candle, right? I can't do anything. This is like what I said yesterday, right? And what I keep saying. It's like trying to catch a falling knife. You don't want to do it. You know, you can get hurt badly. So what you want to do is you want to let the knife fall, let it bounce, and then on the bounce, that's when you get in. You know what I mean? That's when you grab it. Because this is bound to pull back. We're creating a new low. So I'll wait for the pullback. I'll wait. At a minimum, I'm waiting the 5 minutes for the close of the candle. More than likely, we're going to see a pullback here. And that would be ideal because that would give me a good entry again. You know what I mean? Reason I can't do anything about it now at this moment in time is because the train has left the
Throwing a
station.
grenade in my car.
On the bounce, that's when you know what I mean?
So on pound dollar, we got a little doji sort of range stopping area at this 3644, and it literally has just sort of struggling to get beyond it, shorting. Euro Aussie, mate, I've actually got to buy prepped at the 70, right?
Yeah.
It's in. I'm in a short anyway. I'm up 10 on two shorts actually, 10 and a 12. I reckon. So euro strength, Aussie dollar weakness, pull back on the pound Aussie. Mate, I reckon you could still get this analogy. I think the euro Aussie needs to get down to this 5770, another sort of 10-15 pips short. I reckon you will then see a pullback on your pound Aussie, especially if pound gets to 3641 as well, and we get another little sort of mini pullback. You know, there is correlated Rubik cube. You know, we should do a workshop on that. I don't know how the hell I would. I'd have to speak to someone to help me create some kind of video to help people understand that.
It's worth looking into, definitely.
But yeah, mate, I think pound Aussie, I think you could get back. I think you could still get in on that, mate. Maybe set an alert. Maybe set an alert.
Pound Kiwi's probably doing. Ah, okay. So Pound Kiwi, interestingly, just recently had a little crown. That's interesting. Let's see about this Pound Kiwi. So I need to clear this off. This is the new lowest low, so this is the trend line here. That's what we're looking at. I do like that pound Aussie. I think if anything though, like I say, you know, I've got to wait for the pullback. I've got to get a better price. The price has gone too far. The train's left the station. You know what I mean? But the good thing about trading is that invariably another train will be right behind it. You know what I mean? So even if you miss the one train, invariably another train will be right behind it. So don't stress.
No stresses here, man. Oh, 0.5, 0.5, go on. Gosh, did you hear that?
I did.
That's what we call pound dollar in a bale. So that's me now in a money in, money out deal with the broker.
Yeah.
15 pips for 15 pips, mate, at the 57. Sold, came in, part positioned out. I'm now going to hold it with half the risk down to that 3627.
Sounds like
That's
37.
Sorry, mate, I'm distracted.
No, it's alright, go on. What are you saying? 88.99.
I'm done, to be fair.
I'm just setting this up here. 88.99.
Right, we're gonna smash it this year, aren't we?
You kidding
I'm not being funny, mate. Last year was good, but this year is something else.
Yeah, no, this is.
If anyone's watching or they want to start watching, then either keep watching or get watching.
Point is to
Because
watch.
it's going to be entertaining either way. Because you're going to see me eat my words, right?
Yeah.
Or
Entertaining
gonna-
for who?
it's going to be some kind of standing ovation come this time next year. Once you've done how are you looking at this one, mate? Oh, is that done?
Pound Kiwi, yeah, Pound Kiwi.
So in the military, right?
There's a ton of
For anyone watching, I did 10 years in the Air Force, right? In the regiment, soldier. And what we in the military, right? There's this common terminology that we use for it's called a jack something, Chris. Right? So if you make a cup of tea and you don't make somebody else one, it's called, oh, is that a jack brew? So you've just made a cup of tea for yourself and nobody else, right?
Yeah.
So what you just did with Pound New Zealand was a jack trade, man. So you're just gonna prepare that and get yourself in the market and not help anybody else. Of course, there are far more laws surrounding trading than there is making cups of tea, right?
Not
But
really.
I'm only joking. I'm only joking. I just thought I'd have a laugh.
Let's see.
But mate, that is the perfect example of our our two trading methods complementing one another. We've got the sentiment with the 15 analysis. We've got the top down on the daily and the 2 hour. You have the target market projection. I bring the support and resistance levels heavily with the system.
Yep.
And mate, that was absolutely gold standard, by the way.
What was?
What was just transpired there? Got the pullback from the support level, entered at the 57. It sold in line with the market sentiment for that day. You're in that trade as well. You're still monitoring and trade managing that in your in context to your stop loss and your take profit. I'm now out of that trade. We've both made money, and that's now, there's no exposure on that trade. Part positioned out, break even, still in, could make some more money on that. That's nice. And you know, we're looking for the next sell.
Absolutely.
Brilliant, mate. Perfect.
We're having fun while we do it.
Yeah, like if we could do that every day, mate. You know, 1% a day for the next 10 years.
Smashing that. This pound. I'm going to come back to pound. Okay, there goes the pullback. We're starting to get the pullback now.
So just so you know, pound dollar's at 40. But you want to look at the candle, mate, on pound dollar. I'd like to see your assessment on this just now.
Oh yeah. Oh, no worries, man. No worries. At least for now, anyway. No worries. We can break through 36.30 thereabouts. We can break through 36.30. It's got pretty clear roads ahead of it at that point. You know what I mean?
I'm throwing a grenade into my car.
Right, let's have a look at. So euro dollar, there goes that pullback you were talking about that you were waiting off on euro dollar. I think it's going to gear up and go for that 2001 mate.
Well, to be honest, mate, I've actually moved my target entry now to 34, and it's fell short by 2 or 3 pips.
On euro dollar, yeah?
Euro dollar, yeah. So it has pulled back, but it's not the one I wanted per se. I would have liked a little more, an extra 2 or 3 pips. Um. mm,
See now this on euro dollar, this is now giving 1, 2, 3 counter candles, right? So this is a strategy in and of itself. Although at this, if this were to close right this second looking like this, then that's nothing to go off of, right? But if we get a further pullback here and it closes up here, say, that's 1, 2, 3 counter candles needed for strategy 4. So a break of that would be a selling opportunity.
Well, I want it to come up to 34. I've got a limit order at 34 to sell, mate.
It could. It could, although 30 is a very good level. 30's
I know. Sometimes I do price myself out of the market, mate. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm a little bit too premium,
Mm.
Which, folks, is a good and a bad thing.
Yeah.
But as Chris, you always say, you'd rather not be in the market than losing money, right?
Yeah, I'd rather be out of the market wishing I was in than in the market wishing I was out.
That's the one. That's the one.
Which sounds counterintuitive for a trader, but it's the point of it is you want to be selective about your trades. You want to be picky. You don't want to just trade willy-nilly and just say, oh, that feels good. Let's just run with it. That's not how you develop consistency. You know what I mean? Success is achieved with deliberate action, consistent deliberate action. You know what I mean? Dollar yen's making me happy again. I like dollar yen.
Yeah, it's just picked. Yeah, I've just been tracking that from the 105.01.
Yep. Well, 105.02 is my entry. That's where I got in.
Okay.
I'm quite happy with this. It's broken the flagpole pennant to the upside, which we said was likely to happen. It came back for the test. Upon testing, it still gave us not only a bullish candle, but a formation here, right? Because that's a piercing line right there, right at the backside of the resistance here. So that piercing line, right at the backside of resistance, becoming support. I'm happy with that, man. That looks good. Looks very good. I think the next one we're going to go for should be this 17 up here.
That's yeah. You've actually got two levels of resistance there, mate. You've got the mountain top, then you've got the underside of your trend line. So at that 105.15 level, what have I got? Oh, I've literally got dark band shades in the 15-minute. Okay, level 1, 2, 3, level 3 band shade. Let me check the algo. And I've got a sell zone, mate. I've got a sell zone at 105.15, and on the trading system. If you're in that trade, expect a lot of trade management around that 115.
Yeah.
At 5.15 level.
Yeah, I agree. Well, my next move,
a lot of Langle watching.
Trade management wise, my next move on this is to go off of this low. See how it gave us a new low here? So, well, really I'd go off of this low, because if I follow my own thing that I've started here, then I'm basically the management.
You've moved the stop.
Yeah.
Can you amend it on the screen, mate, to what you have on your system?
That is.
I think. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you moved it higher than that, mate. I thought you brought it up to the 89 or 94.
Nope, 82. 82 is 10 pips below this low right here. So basically the management plan there is to go two lows behind the market, 2 lows behind current market, right? So now that we have a new low here, I wouldn't go off of this low, it's too tight. I'd go 2 lows. So here's current market, and we want 2 lows off of current market. So right here the low is 98, so it's 6 pips. But the more you do this, eventually you just take the risk completely off the table. You know what I mean?
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's discipline.
Right.
You have a rule. You've applied the rule consistently, without emotion. You're doing it objectively. You're sticking to the strategies, parameters.
Yep.
And all of these things. within your discipline, you know, a disciple of that particular strategy. So absolutely, mate. Makes sense. I like it. I like it a lot.
I like it a lot. Dollar CAD. Oh, I forgot to label dollar CAD, but I'm in dollar CAD as well. Right here from 27.89, and I'm looking to go. Where's my take profit? 28.38 on this. 28.38, and I've got my stop at. Bear with me. 27.56. There goes Aussie dollar. It held, baby. I'm happy with that. So far, so good. I'm so far, so good with Aussie dollar, dollar.
Mate, this is a beautiful pound dollar, by the way.
Oh yeah, the pound dollar is
Like
freaking.
my 45 pip take profit, which will be a 1 to 3, is bang on the 3,610, and 3,610 for me is the low of the day, and I think it's going to get there as well.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Euro to drop, Aussie dollar, dollar up, Aussie dollar, dollar up, dollar down.
Yeah, there goes that
Aussie
euro.
dollar wants to come up. It's like it's trapped in between a reversal or something, and it's in a white zone phase 4, which means whatever this trend is, it's dying. Pound dollar though is in the white zone phase 2, which means it's just starting to expand now. You know, it wants to break into a trend. It wants to move in a particular direction. The Langle on the pound dollar looks nice. We've got 3 bearish. We've got 2 nice spikes. We've got another bearish, another nice spike to the upside. I'm only talking about this particular trade right now because it's the only one I'm in my side, mate. So Euro Aussie, I am set to jump in on a buy at the 70.71 or 70.70.
Euro Aussie.
Euro Aussie, yeah. So 5770, yeah.
770.
Yeah. Only because I've got a buyer's arm on the algo, and I've got a hard L7 in the 1 hour on the fibs, and these babies are pretty strong. What's yours say? What we got on the 2 hour? 15.
So we're now back outside of the AB boundary. We're below. Completely oversold on the stochastic, but I think there is still some room to the downside here.
Yep. At least 10 pips now.
Yeah, if 70 fails, which is likely, there's a good chance it goes. There's a good chance it opens up for 100 pips if that fails. And like I say, there's a good chance that's likely. So I think there's actually about 100 pips or so, maybe even more, to the downside on Euro Aussie. It's just a case of timing, obviously. You know what I mean? But listen, mate, you keep that going. I will be right back. It's my turn for the toilet.
Yeah, man. 27th of
2
Jan.
seconds.
So it's not been down. And he's left it up. What a gem. 5770. Yeah, so it's not been here since the 27th of Jan. 5, 6, 7 days or so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 days, folks. We've not seen 5770 for 6 days. I'd share my screen with you, but I can't. Yeah. So since we got the Euro Aussie on screen, I'm in a buy 5770. My trading strategy is a little bit different to what we teach on KST. What you're looking at here is the trading course syllabus and the curriculum in application. The trading strategies that I have sort of complement, and Chris and I, we work together to bring them together. 5, 7, 7. What you got there is the underside of that trend line, which isn't quite, which is a good 80 pips away, to be fair. And if anyone got in on the pound selling it, I'm holding. Candle language, that is, by the way. Shouldn't have said that. So I know you can't see on our screen, but if you flick over to yours, pound dollar, so we have had, it's not the best, but we have had a candle open on the 15-minute below 3640. Okay, guys, so that's me within 10 pips of, or 5 pips of Euro Aussie. I don't know if you heard that. I need to be able to share my screen. 577. It wants it. So this is good candle language, good language. What's quite interesting to note as well is that previous spike on the pound dollar. If you're tracking this, I know we've got Euro Aussie on the screen, but the obviously it never pulled back beyond 50% of that bearish, which is real nice. I'm super confident I can hold that for another, well, 25 pips. And Euro Aussie, I've just had my alert for that. I am now, I'm 12 pips back to the 1 minute from 5770. In 5 pips time, I'm going to be taking in on Euro Aussie for a buy for short-term bounce trade.
What level, mate?
Euro Aussie.
Oh, yeah.
5770, mate.
Oh yeah, you're gonna buy the bounce.
I'm buying it, man. I'm buying it.
Buy that bounce. You buy that bounce.
To be honest, mate, there's quite a strong level at 75 though, so it's a level 3 band shed. I'll be super pleased if I can get down to the 70s, to be fair.
I think it will. I think it will. Like I
Okay.
say, if it breaks that 70, forget it. It's got plenty of room there to the downside.
This is a second level buy zone in the algo. Like, it's actually just reached it now. So I would be getting the best price possible at 70, and it's not seen 70 in 7 days, man. I looked at it earlier. We've not seen this price for 7 days. On my side, like, this is the best price that I could possibly ask for the Euro Aussie in terms of a daily intraday bounce. and I have my low for the day, my market cap at 5766.
See, pound kiwi. I'm a little tempted with pound kiwi, to be fair. Looks relatively tasty. I want to see what this move is off of this high right here. Let's measure this out and see where we're going. But it is rather tasty. Oh, come on.
You know what? I think I'm gonna start having like a full English in the morning.
Yeah?
Yeah, these these new sessions, mate, are calorific. Honestly, I'm starving.
I know, I am too. I've got lunch waiting in the fridge though. 618, 1618. There we go. Right, so I'm just measuring this out now, right? So, you know, starting with the high, spreading the fibs. Just want to see where we are currently. That'll help to determine where we're going. 86% just recently fulfilled at the 118, just there. That's the low right there. So we're gonna go. There's the new boundary. Is that right? No, it's this one.
Coming down now, this Euro, is it?
Yeah,
Three
it
bearish.
It will do.
This is going to be a test of one's resolve.
I quite like the look of this pound kiwi, you know. Son of a gun. Look at pound Aussie, man. That pisses me off. I could have had that 20 pips ago. I could have had that. I was gonna take it 20 pips ago. I was gonna freaking take it, dude. Oh, see, now I'm missing out on kiwi as well. I'm 8 pips. Now I'm 10 pips. Shoot, man. That sucks. That's alright. Missed it.
It's not taking me in yet. Come on, what you doing?
It's because I hesitated.
Sorry, I'm at my 570 here, mate. And it's not taking me in.
See, I'd like at this point, now that this is already on the move, I'd like to again wait for a pullback here. Sucks, but again, it's one of those. Look at this.
Is that you looking to take that off the? Oh, cause we. Yeah. Mate.
I blame you, Rich. That's your fault.
Mate, I said to you.
You said forget that one, mate. Move on.
I know.
Okay, I'll forget it.
Mate, I actually think
Shoot, man.
the broker's playing tricks on me.
That was a fantastic call that I didn't take action on. Called it and just didn't take action on it. That was silly.
Mate, look at the state of this on WhatsApp here. If I send you this picture, you can pull it up on the screen for the guys watching. Look at the state of that. Oh, it's now I'm in. There we go. It's all good, man. Never mind. I thought that was it. I thought it was gonna ping and see you later. Train left the station, but
What's that you were looking at? Euro Aussie.
that was my Euro Aussie spike, yeah. I was like, why are you not taking me in? It's like you're playing a game, man.
Oh man, no, this hurts. This hurts so bad. Look at this.
You want to put a grenade in my car?
All this money. Look. Just all this money just falling. Look. Just missing out.
Falling from the top of the
I
Trump
hate when
Tower.
that happens, man. We were right in time too. If I didn't mess about, and hesitate and just done it, I would have been in this. I would have been in the pound Kiwi too. It happens. It's hopeless now, mate. There's no way. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hopefully get a pullback here. Give me an opportunity to get back in. Hopefully.
That pound is absolutely superb. Look at that Euro Aussie, mate. Ah, so good. I only need 10 off that and I'm out. 3656.
There's pound dollar. Look at pound dollar. It's coming right down.
Beautiful, mate. You've done very well.
Look at that.
I'm going to extend my gratitude and thanks over there. And anybody watching, make sure you're impressed. Sign up for the course.
No, but seriously.
I'm only joking.
No, really.
I'm only joking, but seriously.
No, really.
I'm only joking, but seriously, see you on Monday.
Yeah.
You're right. You're 5770, 5770. Mate, I am lucky I even seen 5770, to be honest, because I thought it wouldn't get past 75. In the microclimate that I operate in. Do you know what I mean, mate?
10 minutes, 8 pips, baby. Alright. Euro Kiwi. Market's rather tasty today, really, mate. It's actually been a-okay. Don't you think?
Yeah, I was expecting a good trading day today. No news. We had that little sort of pound. That pound news helped me reach the 57 selling. That nice little spike that I needed just to get me in, and then I'm away now. And if we get down to your target of that sort of 3,610 area, that's a very successful day. I would argue to say the best trading day that we've had since we started the Forex Lounge.
Since Monday.
Yeah.
We're off to a pretty good start then, I'd say. Not bad, not bad. Oh, dude,
absolutely.
This is gorgeous. You see what I'm seeing on the 2 hour? Look at this. This is just beautiful. This is
$0
evening star, right? All that combined there. That little cluster in there. That's the evening star. It comes as the stochastic RSI is completely overbought and giving us a beautiful smooth U-turn. It comes right as we break this trend line for the second time. Remember I showed you before, it broke, then left behind a morning star, but that was obviously a fake out and really just testing all this sell-off here, because what's happened is it's come back and then completely taken out that morning star now, right? And even come down and taken out this low now. So the chances now, what's more than likely to happen next here is for this to continue selling off, because we've had the test, we've had the break, the test, you can see the test has failed and pushed this bearish, right? So this, the backside of this trend line is now, we're going to consider this now resistance. Backside of that trend line is now resistance. So what this tells me is that I've got room now, and I think this is now coming back for the 382. And to be honest, I think that's a phenomenon we're seeing across the majors, at least as far as the pound is concerned. We're seeing the same thing, where it's chasing that bigger time frame 382. You know what I mean? So we're getting these pullbacks here, even though longer term, bigger picture, we're technically in an uptrend. You know.
Okay.
actually go back to Eurodollar for a second on this 15. Yeah, and on the 15, so what that means then, so that's the outlook, right? So now the plan here, the trade plan is to now, on the 15-minute, sell on rallies, right? And just keep on selling on rallies. Another way of looking at that is to say we're going to follow these fibs, and we're anticipating that these fibs will continue. So just like I've been saying all morning, I have every confidence in the world that we're going to get to 2001. That's my anticipated 144. I've been tracking it since back here, since 29th of Jan. Been tracking 2001. We're finally about to hit that. I suspect possibly even today. Probably even today. But then once that happens, we then should anticipate a pullback because we then have a new fib, right? Because this would be the new fib from here. So this is A. And then the new B is obviously down here. So then we can anticipate a pullback, but then at these levels here, the 382, the 50, and the 618, that's sort of my ideal selling zone. So in here, in other words, what I'm anticipating is that the market's going to continue to fall a bit, but then we are going to hit a little bit of a floor, bounce back, and then come into this zone. And in this zone, that's an ideal selling zone for me to carry on the trend.
Sounds good, Matt.
So there you go. That's the plan, mate. Make it happen.
Yeah, I'll just make some phone calls.
Mate,
it
friends
is
over at Robinhood.
Hey, it is 10:30, but I think we agreed we were going to start running till 11.
Yes.
What do you want to do?
It's up to you, man. You want to maybe split the difference, go another 15 minutes, and then wrap it up?
There's a book called Never Split the Difference.
I've never read it.
Only half the people liked it.
Really?
It's got 2.5-star reviews, mate.
Oh boy.
Mate, Euro Aussie, it's opened up on a green. I'm a little bit, I think because of where our market projections are, because they're so short today. I'm a little bit uncomfortable with this Euro Aussie long bounce. However, I did say it would test resolve. The 7770, Chris says within KST, don't try to catch a falling knife, e.g. assuming it's a selling trade, because neither if you throw it up in the air, and it wouldn't be that hard to catch it. But basically, don't book the trend.
In the air, going the other way either.
Well, it depends if it was like slingshot. Basically, don't book the trend is a term often used.
Yeah.
The momentum is against you, and so it's kind of like, you know, betting on the away team in a football match. However, this particular strategy system that I use, it's quite a high probability, sort of set in the 70% success. So there's that 30% chance this won't work. It is at the bottom of the market for me for the daily support. But
where are you going to? 15 pips on this.
Yeah, but I do have a part position out at 10 with a move stop to break even. And it's half risk as well. It's half risk as well. But it has opened on a green. It's actually creating a doji. I mean, if it finished like that, or a spinning top, if it finished like this to some extent in the next 10 minutes, which is quite a long time, I would be quite pleased with that and expect to at least get 10 and get out of the market, you know. But I just wanted to bring this up. I know the guys can't quite see it on the screen, but I wanted to bring it up because it kind of goes against the KST fundamental foundational principles, but I wanted to raise awareness to the fact that strategies exist and they are workable. It just comes down to risk appetite. So, you know, if you always want to have that sentiment on your side, the trend type trading, the swing type trading that you always gonna see on the screen, but at least it provides entertainment value, and it also reinforces some kind of educational learning around support and resistance levels, and you'll be able to get familiar with the concept of don't catch a falling knife. So what we're seeing play out, Chris, for the guys watching, is, I mean, I'm even in a sell as well with the pound, but I am actually in another market, another symbol, buying to book the trend. So it's interesting how, you know, the same trader can have multiple different trades on it, different directions, which may seem counterintuitive, right? But at the end of the day, it's cost of sales. You know, you take 10 trades, you win 6 or 7. You accept your 2, 3, 4 losses, like that's okay. But as I say, I only went in on half risk on this one today, just because the markets that we trade and we've looked at are so short in our projections. So if anyone's tracking this, and if you decided to get in with me, then this will test your resolve.
I don't think you chose the wrong way. I hate to break it to you.
Do you reckon?
I think it's, the reason being, we've got a morning star where the low is at 62. So I'm going to go ahead and call 60 as a level to look out for, which would be your 10 pips, wouldn't it?
Well, it's a 15 for 15.
Oh, 15 for 15, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so 66 is my base, mate. I've got in 4 early, you could argue.
56, did you say?
No, 66 is my base, that's my... So my stop loss is 55. My stop loss is 55, but 66 is the bottom of my daily support. Maximum. But because I've got an L7 on the 1 hour on the system, and it's not seen this price for about a week, and it's travelled, just today it's travelled 62 pips to get there. You know, it's not bad value, you know, but the point that I'm trying to make is I am bucking the trend and I am trying to catch a falling knife, you know, but it's in the context of a strategy that I possess this size, that I've used for a while, that I'm comfortable with, but I do know it has about a 70 to about 73% success rate. I just wanted to bring it to people's attention. I think they'd appreciate that.
Yeah. Dollars, a bit of a pain in the ass. 76.21.
Yeah. So I actually need Aussie dollar to drop for my euro to come up. That's what I need. Now I'm looking at the Aussie dollar, and it is looking in a relative. It's a bit messed up, mate. I've got the L1 on the 60 below the L2 on the 60, which suggests we're in a downward hour trend. But then on the 15-minute, I've got the L1 above the L2, which suggests we're in a 15-minute uptrend. And then on the 5-minute, I've got the L1 below the L2, which suggests we're in a 5-minute downtrend. And then on the 1 minute, we're in a 1-minute uptrend. So it's like this. It doesn't know what it's doing quite. But some key support, resistance at 7625, mate. And that's an L7. What have you got there? 7625. Oh, there's the top of that, arguably a bit of a range, right? The mountain top, anyway.
Yeah, so I've got 7626 is my next level of resistance, and then I'm placing support at about 14. 76.14.
Right, okay, so what's interesting is, for my Euro Aussie to work now, I need the Aussie dollar to hit that 762 0.57626 and then pull back. So I know now, looking at the correlation of the other, at the Aussie dollar, I need it to actually go long. I know my stop loss is going to be fulfilled a little bit. The Rubik's Cube's going to do its thing. Currencies are going to correlate, and hopefully, touch wood, Aussie dollar does pull back. That will help Euro come up against the Aussie dollar. I'll get out at my 10, take my profit. Then the Aussie dollar, I don't have a clue what it's going to do right now, mate. What's your projections? Short, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which remains true on the
short
6 minute.
Yeah, I'm still. My projection hasn't changed on me, even though I'm slightly upside down at the moment. It's not enough to change my projection. You know what I mean? There's nothing here that's like jumping out at me to change the projection there.
I mean, look at the pound dollar and the pound yen. It's starting to create a well, not a spinning top, but we've got a spike on both. Well, a bit of a spinning top on the pound yen. 5 more minutes. This candle close. And the Langle's going to look really, really interesting. I think let's run till 11, mate, and let's see how this plays out. And we'll look to start. Let's see what this in the next 5 minutes does, man. This is really interesting. I think this is quite good for the viewers to see. So pound dollar's now pulling back. So pound's got strength, dollar's got weakness, dollar's dropping. In the short term, when I'm talking like pips, you know. And it is, dollar's pulling back to that 04, mate, on the dollar yen. And as I say, dollar yen, if the dollar yen moves about a pip, right, then the pound yen's gonna move 2, and the pound dollar's probably gonna move 2 or 3.
Yeah, it's still testing. It's broken out of the 5-point resistance becoming support.
So what's interesting, because dollar yen for me is like the ultimate currency. It's the beast of all of them for me. If dollar yen can come back now, pull back to the 04 and then continue going long, that's healthy, because if dollar goes long, Aussie dollar will drop. Aussie dollar drops, Euro goes up, right? Yeah.
This, if anything,
and pound will carry on dropping as well, which is healthy.
If we break back below support here, I mean, at that point, this would just, the next projection would be that it would fall to support independent. It would come into this zone here.
So keep that on, mate. So this is really important for viewers, right? I think what we should do is when I'm taking like the Euro Aussie like I am now, I'm buying it. I'm actually looking at the dollar yen. I'm looking at what the dollar yen's doing to decide what I'm doing with my Euro Aussie. Cut my losses. So as you just said there, Chris, if it breaks past that 0.4, maybe to the 0.2, I'm beginning to think, right, I need to get out of my Euro. Because of the correlation, like the Euro Aussie gets thrown around and swung around by these bigger currencies, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So that's my 10 pence, mate.
10 for 10?
So have we got how many viewers we got today, mate? Have we helped many people today? Anyone got any questions or anything?
No questions have come through so far. Bit of a light audience today. I think everybody's sleeping. We've only had we've had a couple come in and out. I think people are sleeping today, mate.
So did these get saved and stored on the channel so people can watch the 2 hours back?
Yeah. In fact, as soon as it's done, it takes a few minutes, but YouTube automatically just puts it up, and I'll show you.
Okay. I would love it if this candle could... This is interesting, mate. We're in an interesting little spot right now. I'm tempted to... I'm going to give it another 15 minutes, but I think I'm tempted to close these trades and call it a day. How many trades are you in?
At present, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at present.
How's it looking?
So. Obviously, everything's in a bit of a pullback at the moment, so
Yeah.
just have to ride it out. Well, we have to determine whether this is just a pullback or whether I'm actually in trouble with these trades or not, right? And then once that's
What I'm trying to figure out. Yeah.
then then we ride it out.
Well, to be honest, right? The next support for Euro Aussie is 41.
For Euro Aussie.
Yeah, and the next resistance for Aussie dollar is about 34. So if that's 12, 15 pips, and Euro Aussie's next resistance is 30 pips, that would make sense for them to go the distance. If Aussie dollar climbs, that means dollar's dropping. So in order for Aussie dollar to move to 15, dollar yen needs to drop about maybe anywhere between 5 and 15 pips. I just don't see dollar yen dropping below 01.
Dollar yen.
Just now, yeah, dollar yen. I don't see dollar yen dropping 5, 6 pips. Past 5, 6 pips. Definitely not past 94. Unfortunately, though, if it did get there, my Euro Aussie would have been thrown around like a strangled cat by that point, and I'd be out anyway. But what I'm trying to determine is, I could take these two, I could close these trades now, and I'm up 200, and I can walk away with full profit. That's the decision that I'm being asked by the market right now. Which is interesting, obviously, to observe as a trader. This is trader psychology. I'm at full profit on my pound dollar, and I'm at market on my Euro Aussie, and I've got the option to get out of this trade and no longer be at risk.
That's on Euro Aussie?
Euro Aussie's at 0, yeah. But it's down a pip.
Yeah, but then you're just fiddling at that point, aren't you? I feel like you're either going to stick to the strategy or you're not.
But what we're talking about is, are we waiting for the pullback, or are we? That's what we're talking about. Right, is this a pullback, or is this something that we should be taking more seriously? You know, what's the Langle saying? Probably not enough right now. I think we need another candle. I think we need another candle, mate. Like, look at the Euro Aussie on the 15-minute mate.
We're at a very solid support. You will get the pullback here. You will absolutely get the pullback here. And actually, this is lucky. Look what is left behind.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping you'd spot. Now, as well, my stochastic and my MACD, they're at the bottom, and they want to be coming up soon on the 15-minute.
It's close enough. It's not quite, but it's one of those again where it's close enough. Well, that is 100% a spinning top right there, which indicates consolidation, of course.
I also know, though, my average trade time for this strategy is about 30 to 45 minutes. So when I get into these types of trades, I already know I'm probably going to be in it for half an hour at least. And it's literally coming up to the half an hour point in 10 minutes.
Yeah. it sure is. That could very well give you a nice little pop there. Could very well give you a nice little pop, especially we're at support. Look at this stochastic on the 2-hour time frame. I mean, we're entering into the bottom. The only thing is, it's got a little bit of room to the downside there. And what I was pointing out to you before is this morning star right here, right at support. If this is going to try to test this, then you've got room down to that 6.2. You know, you may get like a little spike there, which may put you in trouble. And then it goes the other way, and then it goes your way. You know what I mean? There's a high percentage chance of that happening here. To be fair. On euro dollar, that's interesting. We may see a pullback on euro dollar, like a continued pullback on euro dollar, because that may be trying to form an official low right here with this previous candle. So if that's the case, then we'll get one more candle of a pullback. But then at that point, there's a lot of pressure on this to sell, man. There's a lot of downward pressure on this. Back to that unfulfilled 38.2 right here.
Dollar's dropping. Sorry, Aussie dollar. Yeah, dollar's going long. Go on,
buddy.
Dollar yen just moved up a pip now, which might seem insignificant, but on the dollar yen to move a point in this kind of market, right as we're talking in the context of, you know, it's a big deal, man. So I'm expecting euro to come up, right? Pound is gonna come up.
Pound is gonna come up. Don't say that.
Only a bit.
What'd I do to you? Aussie dollar has been an interesting one, really. It's been a pain in the ass what it's been, but I think it's still that. It's just like with Kiwi dollar. Look at Kiwi dollar, look at that range. It's starting to do exactly. It's starting to, you know, follow the exact projection. You know, right at resistance, you got the U-turn. In fact, it's such a good U-turn there at resistance that it actually left behind an evening star on that 2-hour time frame right there. See it? So right now, right, we got the evening star. And we know at least 50% of the time the market likes to test these things. So what are we looking at currently? Of course, nothing more than just a test. See? Especially, I mean, you know, what will determine, you know, the threshold for sort of when this stops being a test and starts being something to worry about is again that 50% mark. So from that high to the low of the move here, right? Because again, if you're relating everything back to the 4-stage wave cycle, this is the impulse, right? Impulse, retracement, continuation. So, or you know, if it's the 4-stage A, B, C, D. So the high here is 72.25, the low 71.91. So what's that, 20, 30? Help me out here. What is that? This is math.
What's the equation?
72.25. And what's the low there? 71.91. It's 34 pips in red. 34 pips rather. So split that in half. That's 17 pips. So we're gonna go 7225 and 17 pips. That's gonna put me at 7208. So that there, 7208 is my halfway point on this. Just there. You see, so as long as we're still below that 7208, this is still just a test. And what I'm trading is that evening star right there. And that evening star gives me confidence in the trade. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean, Matt.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep. Sorry, I'm just tentatively observing the Langle on the old Euro Aussie. I've switched to a 5 minute now, you see.
Why?
Traditionally,
Like torturing yourself.
Traditionally, this is a 5 minute chart strat. They're doing the course with KST over the last 12 to 18 months. I've switched to a 15 minute because having tracked the strategy and migrating it across and combining the two, I've realised the average time that I'm in the trades for. And so if it's a 30 to 45 minute trade, I might as well be watching the candle, well, the Langle, on 15 minutes as opposed to the 5 for trade management, because the trade management is so short, you know, because the take profit and stop loss is acute compared to the swings we take.
There you go. There you go.
You know?
Look at that.
It needs to pop that price though.
Yeah.
We need to get above 75.
Yeah. 100%.
But to put that into perspective, that's a new 5 minute candle open. Well, a minute ago, but which is green. So Aussie dollar is dropping, mate.
Thank God. Yeah.
It went up to the 25 and it's dropped 6 pips, which is really good. Those 6 pips has allowed the Euro Aussie to travel long now. It's sort of 3 or 4
It's not
pips.
down to 25, has it? We're going to 25 for you.
To be fair,
20, yeah. 24.
I'm looking at an hour chart, to be honest, mate, and it's quite small. I just sort of
Yeah, no, that looks good. That still
Rough
looks,
guess,
that
right.
still looks okay. That also dollar. Still looks okay.
if I could come out unscathed with a full 15 on the Euro Aussie pullback, as well as the pound dollar not taking me out on my break even, and then it continues to target, mate, I'm gonna go and buy myself a Lambo. Mate, it looks healthy. I think we've. Do you want to do a recap on yours, mate, and we'll wrap up?
Yeah, so I'll probably just do a quick run through. So I am currently active, just to recap for everybody for the morning. I've got active positions on pound dollar. So let me go from the top. So pound dollar, there's my pound dollar sell. Selling at 36.48. I'm looking to take this down to 35.82, but I do have, or I'm going to put an alert at 36.07, around there, 36.10, 36.05, around there. To potentially trade manage at that point. We'll have to see. The market, started off nicely. It came right down to support in the range. You can see that green line there. We've been tracking that level, that exact level as support. So the fact that we got, price rejection here and we're getting a bounce is not surprising in the slightest, right? This is exactly how the market is supposed to behave, right? And what it's doing is it's creating a new official low right in here. So, we don't know that it's an official low until we have the close of the candle, but there's only about a minute and 20 seconds left. It's a good chance that this is now a new official low and it's a lower low. So I'm still pretty confident on this. I've got an evening star here. You have the test right here and the continuation. Another way to say that is impulse retracement continuation, right? Impulse test continuation. So yeah, this looks a-okay. What I want to do though is I want to keep kind of going back and forth back to that 2-hour time frame, because I want to keep an eye on the 2-hour time frame and make sure that we're not seeing any signs coming down from the larger time frame, pointing in the other direction here, which we don't. Look on this 2-hour time frame, pound dollar on the 2-hour time frame. We can see You have this huge engulfing bear. It's, you know, another justification for the test that we're currently seeing, aside from being at support in the range, is of course we have the formation, right? So we have this huge engulfing bear. We have a dark cloud cover here, first of all, that then got tested and failed. Huge engulfing bear, which is now being tested. So again, you know, I see no issues with this. I'm quite happy with pound dollar. Yoki FX, hey Yoki, thank you so much, my friend. Yoki says the music is too loud. All right, let me.
Music's too loud.
Yeah, I'll turn it off for now, mate.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Thanks for letting us know. So we had a dark cloud cover here, engulfing bear. This is testing. No issues there, mate. No issues. Euro dollar was another one I was in overnight from yesterday. It took me out this morning, hit my target. Same as what pound dollar did yesterday. In the process here, we came down. We broke this secondary trend line. We got a bounce, which is normal. And now we're getting a second break. So I have confidence in this, mate, to continue bearish all the way down to that 38.2%, that unfulfilled 38.2%. But as we discussed earlier, there, you know, a couple things that need to happen first to solidify that analysis, right?
Yeah.
So basically, I'm saying at this point, right, you know, this is, I can see this happening, but I don't have the confirmation yet, right? Okay, what's next? I'm also in a dollar yen, so let's go to that. This is my dollar yen. This is on the 2 hours. So let me drop down to the 15 so you can see the actual trade. So this is the dollar yen on the 15-minute time frame. My entry was at 105.02. And you can see how we've got a flagpole pennant here, which of course, whenever we have a flagpole pennant, it's really a 50-50 indication, right? Market could break out in either direction. But chances are really high that the market breaks out in the direction it was headed in before it formed the pennant. And so in this case, obviously that would be to the north, right? Because we're making higher highs, higher lows. So we did actually break out to the north. We're coming back for the test. We're just kind of riding along past resistance, which is now support. But I still have confidence in this trade. I don't see any reason to doubt it. And if you look at the larger time frame as well, stochastic RSI was in the buy zone, got a beautiful smooth U-turn. It's now leaving the buy zone. I'm happy with this, mate. I'm still happy with dollar yen. Next up is dollar CAD. I do have a dollar CAD position as well. 27.89 was my entry on this. Oh, that's why it's not showing up. I'm like, why? There we go. Here it is. Here it is on the 15-minute. 27.89 was my entry point. And I'm looking to take this to 28.38. Okay. Again, no issues, man. No issues. Stochastic looks beautiful. We've got a candlestick formation here in the form of an engulfing bull. Pretty good size engulfing bull as well. So the fact that we have a pullback here is just normal. It's just a test, right? Again, no worries, mate. No worries. That's dollar CAD. Then I've got Aussie dollar and Kiwi dollar, and those are my final two. So I'll just quickly go over those. Aussie dollar, we can see kind of caught inside of this range here a little bit. It's been a little bit aggravating this morning. Aussie dollar, been a pain in the ass. But on the whole, I'm still okay with this, mate. You can see it came back for the test. It's actually tested that T3, the main T3, breaking the buy zone and sell zone, right? And you can see price rejection happening off the back of that. So that's a good sign. Plus to be, you can see the bulls are starting to lose a bit of momentum on the MACD on the 2 hour. And so if I drop this down to the 15, there you can see I've been tracking 76.26 as like my absolute threshold, right? If it breaks through 76.26, I'm in trouble for this trade. My stop is at 76.41. It hasn't done that, and instead its resistance is held and it's pushing it back down quite nicely. So again, no worries here at all. There's nothing for me to do here other than just, you know, leave it alone. I'm going to leave the risk exactly where it is. I already trade managed this to reduce some of the risk, but I have no justification for doing that further at this stage. So just leave it alone. Leave it as is. And then Kiwi dollar, you can see there's my trade on Kiwi dollar. Got in at 72.08. Yeah, no worries on this either, man. Let's go to the 2 hour just to double check. And you can see the stochastic looks really good on the 2 hour, sitting at 85, so squarely in the sell zone. And then on this 2 hour, you can also see the logic behind my trade is really coming off the back of this evening star, right? You see this evening star on the 2 hour. So, you know, we got the evening star. The fact that the market came back, gave us a test, I mean, again, that's totally normal. We expect that at least 50% of the time, anytime the market gives us any kind of candlestick formation. And that 72.08 level there is that 50% threshold between the high and the low of this move. So again, impulse, test, continuation. It has not broken that 50% threshold. So here again, and this is the last thing I'll say, no issues here either. I've got no worries at all. I'm quite happy with the trades that I've currently got on. You know, we've done a bit of trade management this morning, taken off some of the risk where appropriate, left others alone where appropriate. And at this stage, yeah, it's just about sitting back, letting the market do its thing. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of the day now.
Nice, Matt.
How about you?
The two that I'm in, Euro Aussie has pulled back from the 70, but it actually did reach the 66, which is the bottom of the day for me. It did reach that and come off of that, so I'm kind of kicking myself a little bit, because if I'd have just got in 4 pips later, I'd be out the market now with money. Pound dollar looks good, mate. That pullback was lovely. Look at what it's doing now on the pound dollar. If you want to pull that up.
Let's have a look.
On you, I think you probably want to be on 15-minute, man.
Hang on. Oh yeah, beautiful. Beautiful, man. That's what we want.
So just for everyone, you know, if you've just turned up, or if you didn't see, or if you're watching this back, it's quite interesting, this trade, Chris, you and I, earlier, and that's my Euro Aussie just sorting itself out now. You've used your traditional stop order, and you got in at the 48. There was opportunity. I took the risk to wait for the 57. Fortunately, a bit of news came out and gave it that nudge long, as you can see there, and it managed to reach that 58. Chris's sort of early warning resistance level. Look at that green spike. You know, it spiked up, bounced off of it, and look where it is now. So we both got in the same trade, but with a different entry, and it's working in our favor for that anticipated max sub down there at the 3607. I have 3610 for the bottom of the day for the pound dollar. I'm gonna hold this. I've already took out half part position out, break even. You can actually see, I don't know if you want to focus, you've got those little green triangles anyway, but drawing a line around about that 3645 level is you know, it's an intraday 50-minute price, which is an early warning sign for anyone. If price decides to come up and you're managing this trade right now, that's a fair first alert to be taken into account.
Yeah, definitely.
So above all, today I had everything, really. Everything
day.
that would paint a nice trading picture.
It was a great day, actually, yeah. Really nice day.
So that's me, Chris.
All done.
That's me, mate. Just waiting for the pound to do its thing, waiting for Euro Aussie to finish up.
I love it, man. I love it. Yeah, no, it has been a really good trading morning. The market has been giving off some really nice opportunities, really nice clean movement this morning. You know, you get some mornings where the market can just be all over the friggin' place, and you just, you know, you struggle to make heads or tails of anything in the market some mornings. Today was not one of those times, right? This is the movement that we've seen is all textbook stuff. You know, the market is behaving itself. Market is doing what we expect it to do, and that makes, when that happens, that makes, of course, for a very, very good trading day indeed. So let's hope it carries on. Let's hope it continues. And with that, we're going to go ahead and leave it right there. We're about 10 minutes over, so let's wrap up. I want to thank everyone for joining us. Those of you who have come toward the end there, welcome. Thank you for joining us. This has been the Forex Trading Lounge. We will be together again tomorrow, same time, 8:30 a.m. GMT, and we're going to run to about 11 a.m. Each time we do this. So if you liked the video, go ahead and give us a like. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you never miss out on an alert for when we go live or post new and valuable content. With that, I'm Christopher Guzman. It's been great. Thank you so much, everybody. Rich, thank you, my friend. Have a great rest of your day. And
Cheers, mate.
I'll see you tomorrow, brother.
Cheers, dude. See you later, guys. Thanks
See you
for tuning
guys.
in.
Thank you very much, everybody. Bye-bye.